What's up, ladies and gentlemen? This is the Jose Show. Happy Monday. I hope that everyone is enjoying their day, and I hope that everyone had a beautiful Mother's Day weekend. I surely did. But anyways, let's get into the first topic of the day. Let's talk about Tory Lanez. So apparently Tory Lanez got stabbed this morning over in prison. Well, Tory was in the yard of California Correctional Institution at Tehachapi just this morning when another inmate stabbed him, according to multiple sources, including one in law enforcement. Well, it's unclear what the motivation was for the attack, but one source tells TMZ that Tory was rushed by ambulance to a nearby civilian hospital in Bakersfield. Well, just last week he posted a pic of himself looking pretty buff behind bars and bragging his next album would be dropping soon. Well, the artist is serving a 10-year sentence at the California State Prison for the 2020 shooting of Megan Thee Stallion. Alright, so Tory and Megan are still battling each other in court. She's accusing him of enlisting various bloggers to continue publicly smearing and cyber-stalking her. Alright, so TMZ was told that Tory's stabbing injury is non-life threatening, and this is all according to TMZ. Okay, so this is really insane that Tory Lanez got stabbed this morning over in prison, but I think that the reason to why he got stabbed over in prison is because the person that stabbed him was very pissed about the fact that Tory Lanez got to shoot Megan Thee Stallion years behind. Or maybe what could have been the case here was that maybe Tory Lanez got into a fight with the person over in prison over something stupid, because you know those people over in prison are very violent. They are not to be messed with, and of course Tory Lanez is one of those people too. So I don't know, but I am so glad that the stabbing is a non-life threatening situation though. I do think though that it's just very insane though that Tory Lanez is around all of these people in prison, by the way, because personally, since Tory Lanez is a huge danger since he basically got to shoot Megan Thee Stallion, I believe that Tory Lanez should be alone somewhere in prison, and especially because of the fact that, you know, a lot of people could be hating on him, especially the person that stabbed him, because of what Tory Lanez did to Megan Thee Stallion years back, you know? So there's also that. But anyways, I hope that everything ends up fine with Tory Lanez at the end of the day, because this is just so darn insane. And on to Megan Thee Stallion's point into wanting to sue or already suing Tory Lanez because of the fact that he probably is hiring bloggers to be saying stuff about her and to be stalking her through the internet. I believe that Megan Thee Stallion has the whole entire right to be doing that, because I don't think that it's really fair and it's really cool that Megan Thee Stallion is being put in a very uncomfortable position right after she is being the victim of something so horrendous, which, by the way, her life was about to get taken away since one of her legs got shot by Tory Lanez 5 years ago. And also, Megan Thee Stallion, she needed to report the whole entire situation to the police because of the fact that her life was about to get taken away, okay? Like, there is no way in hell that Megan Thee Stallion was going to let Tory Lanez get off the hook from the whole entire situation and call it a day. Hell no. And plus, I believe that by law, Megan Thee Stallion was supposed to be reporting all of this in the first place. I mean, seriously. So Megan Thee Stallion did the right thing here, and Megan Thee Stallion deserves to be seen as the victim. She deserves to be seen as the good person and as the talented person that she is, and not be seen as this person that's talking crap about somebody that got to do things to her in the past, which, by the way, she deserves to say bad things about the person, yes, but she doesn't deserve to be seen as that, and she doesn't deserve to be seen negatively as that, you know? So anyways, poor Megan Thee Stallion. I side with her on this one big time. My heart goes out to her. And I really hope that Megan Thee Stallion gets to have this whole entire situation fixed here, because literally she deserves to live in peace. She deserves to just evolve around her music, and she deserves to have her fans just support her, and that's it. And may Tory Lanez just suffer the consequences in prison for what he did to Megan in the past. And that is all I have to say about this, man. Okay, but anyways, good luck to Tory Lanez though. May he recover, may he heal after the stabbing that he went through over in prison. Okay, now on to the next topic. Now let's talk about something really interesting and very insane. So wrestling superstar Kyle Snyder, who won gold at the 2016 Rio de Janeiro Olympic Games, was arrested last week as part of a prostitution sting, police said Monday. So according to the Columbus Police Department in Ohio, Snyder responded at around 8:15 p.m. on May 9 to a fake internet ad that law enforcement had posted in an effort to catch people looking to illegally pay for sex. Okay, so cops alleged Snyder set up a date with an undercover agent at a nearby hotel, and when he showed up less than half an hour later, he forked over cash and requested oral sex. Snyder was then arrested for engaging in prostitution by uniformed officers inside the hotel room. Cops said in a statement to TMZ Sports, he was issued a summons to appear in court on May 19 and was released from the scene. Alright, so the Columbus Police Department added that including Snyder, 16 total were charged with crimes during the sting. Alright, so Snyder 29 is one of the greatest freestyle wrestlers ever. In addition to his gold in 2016, he also earned a silver at the 2020 Tokyo Olympics. And this is all according to TMZ Sports, by the way. This is really insane that this guy got arrested for prostitution, man. Really, I thought that this guy was more focused on wrestling than any other man out there. But I think that he's also into doing wrestling with women too, apparently. And by wrestling, I mean the other thing, you know. Because apparently the guy is also into prostitution. And to me, that's really awful and that's really scary because at the end of the day, it's illegal. At the end of the day, he's already getting a bunch of STIs, STDs here and there because unfortunately, what happens with sex, especially with multiple women or with multiple men out there, is that you can easily get it. Now, I definitely believe here too that it's also really insane that he thought that he was going to be able to get away with it. And especially because he thought that he was actually interacting with some chick, I believe, when in reality he was interacting with an undercover cop. I mean, he could have been like, you know what, I'm not going to put myself in this situation. I'm going to be careful and I'm going to do the right thing and not do this at all. Period. You know, it's not hard to follow the law at the end of the day, but in his situation, he actually wanted to do this because he not only wanted to have a really good time, he also, you know, wanted to get to know people. He wanted to, you know, have a really interesting moment, I guess, especially at a hotel room, hooking up. I mean, I'm sure he's not the only one doing all of this. There are many men out there that get to hook up with women for money at hotel rooms, at motel rooms, at their bedrooms, wherever it is. It's really common, unfortunately, and maybe this guy thought that he was a badass and that he was actually, you know, a really good at it at the same time. And by good at it, I mean, you know, really good at having sex too at the same time and not just at wrestling. But, you know, now that I'm thinking about it, I'm also thinking if maybe these women that he was contacting or that were trying to contact him in the past and that he tried to contact in that very moment that he got arrested, maybe got to, you know, put a plug into him. Maybe they were like, okay, well, he's really hot. Let's have sex. I'm going to pay for him or he's going to pay me, something like that. And this and that. And then later on, we'll get him arrested. And then later on, we're going to, you know, screw his whole entire career up. I don't know. I think that could also be the case because, you know, there are some girls out there that could really pull that kind of plug on guys out there. I mean, really, especially because, I mean, I believe that this guy could have pulled it off really well if he were to keep it the hush-hush, in my opinion. But, I mean, he wasn't able to keep it the hush-hush because somebody got to report him. So, anyways, this is really sad that this is going on with this guy, and oh well. But anyways, on to the next topic. Well, now let's talk about something really funny and really I don't care. Well, Amber Heard's family has grown in a big way. Well, apparently, Amber Heard just welcomed twins this past weekend, a daughter and a son. Well, she shared the news on her Instagram just this Sunday, And she said, Mother's Day 2025 will be one I'll never forget. This year, I am elated beyond words to celebrate the completion of the family I've strived to build for years. Okay, so she continued, today I officially share the news that I welcome twins into the herd gang. My daughter Agnes and my son Ocean are keeping my hands and my heart full. Alright, so she concluded her post sharing that becoming a mother by myself and on my own terms despite my own fertility challenges has been the most humbling experience of my life. I am eternally grateful that I was able to choose this responsibly and thoughtfully. Okay, so this is according to TMZ. So I think that this is really insane that Amber Heard got to welcome twins this past weekend. I mean, congratulations to her. Oh, well, okay. But I think it's really interesting that she is welcoming children by herself and she's not welcoming children with a man like any other woman should and would. I don't know, but I think that whoever procreated the child with her must have been so fed up with her and been like, you know what? You had your issues with Johnny Depp back in 2022, so I don't want to have issues with you either because you seem like someone that is trying to start crap with me too, and to maybe falsely accusing me of this, and this maybe. So we're over, we're gone, bye-bye. Maybe that could be the case because I don't think it's a really interesting coincidence that after having a little beef with Johnny Depp 3 years ago now, all of a sudden she welcomes kids by herself and she's not welcoming it with her own boy, with her own man, you know? And I think it's also really interesting that she didn't even mention the man that she procreated the child with. She didn't, give credit to him, nothing, And I mean, I highly doubt that the children belong to Johnny Depp because, I mean, Johnny Depp and Amber Heard have been a no-no for the past several years, especially after that infamous trial that happened back in 2022. I mean, Johnny Depp must have been like, well, this girl is already here accusing me of sexual assault and a bunch of other crap, so I might as well not get myself into a situation where I'm sleeping with her and then she accuses me again. No, I'm gone, but anyways, I don't know, man, but I think that she's just really trying to clean her name. She's trying to make people, get into her again and support her again because she got to welcome kids into the planet and because she apparently is a mom now and blah, blah, blah. Oh my God. It's just a bunch of circus games here, man. This is just a bunch of circus games that I am definitely not here for. And I definitely think that she's going to continue to find more men in her life to procreate kids with. And I believe that the other men are also going to be fed up with her. And she is going to be alone as a freaking, chair, alone as a freaking door, I guess. And man, she is just going to be, sad and miserable as the years go by, and I'm not saying it to be a hater. I'm just saying it because I don't think it was really cool that she did Johnny Depp dirty years ago into trying to screw him up in a lawsuit, falsely accusing him of abuse and of sexual assault, I believe it was, and a bunch of other stuff. When in reality, Johnny Depp was, the innocent one throughout the whole entire time that Johnny Depp even won the case over her, So anyways, that is it for today's show, ladies and gentlemen. I really hope you guys enjoyed today's lovely episode of The Jose Show. Till next time, and peace.